All rolling. And as usual, I'm just checking to make sure the stream's working on my backup. And today, just doing more work on the concept art for the reanimation project I want to do. Charles Buchanan's here, hello. And Felicia Yvonne, hi. And today it's going to be the Gruesome Twosome, otherwise known as Bella and Tiny. And from the animatic, it appears in their 50s style. Tiny is dressed up as a cowboy. He even has a little broomstick horsey. And it took me a while to figure out what Bella, what his style was. But the curly hair, the glasses, the sweater, and the fact that you see him snapping. I think he's going for like a Buddy Holly look. So I'll work on that. And also while I was working on Tiny's base asset right here, I noticed he has a bit of his brain exposed. I hadn't noticed that when I rewatched the whole series. I always thought it was like a lightning bolt. Let's see. Ronald's here, and he wants to play Burnout Revenge for the PS2. And we'll drink some Diet Pepsis too, right? Yeah, Charles, you're first. Nice. Noah's here, and he's redacted his messages. And we got Vincent. Hello. Alright, so I'll start like I usually do when I'm reworking these assets. Oh, and yeah, I made a giant Pandora from the side, just so that there's some giant woman stuff during the live stream. Craze Core is here. Greetings. Craze Core, I was told the other day that you were feeling sick. And so we don't need that helmet. Don't need this. Don't need that logo. I forgot that I made this a drawing asset instead of a graphic. I might have to play around with this a little bit more. Let's see. Its collar doesn't need to be that big. Oops. Well, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, you are feeling better. That's nice. Lewis is here. Hello, hello. Oh, hey, aren't those the racers from the scary car? Yep, they're the Gruesome Twosome. And most of the time their cars have a scary or horror theme. They have like a little house, like a little haunted house with a dragon inside of it, which gives them air support so they could fly around. And I guess a weapon if the dragon uses like fire breath. I have a baby bro named Vincent. He liked your content. Alright. Happy to hear it. I got a baby bro too. Little brothers, am I right? Hello Kitty Lover is back, and she has some fun emotes. Jalen's here, hi. Relevant Elephant. Remember me? I hit 101 subs, that's nice. Pandora now joins Mandy and Veronica for black-haired giantesses, says Mr. Joker. That sounds like a fun club to be in. Grocery Gangs Hero says hi. Hello. Megan Patton. What's up? Sorry for my delay. No worries. Y'all like to apologize thinking you're late, but, you know, I'm constantly very late. I'll say, I'll start streaming in like 15 minutes, but I end up streaming like 20 minutes later. It's fine. It's fine to be late to this. So I haven't really started. Alright, and for Tiny, he doesn't need this helmet. Let me make his hair a little bigger. I don't think he'll need the Wacky Races patches. Alright. Let's see, Pandora was my Greek myth from Greek mythology. Oh, like for a project. When I think of Pandora, besides Pandora Pit Stop, I always think of Pandora's lunchbox from that one Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Grim Adventures. Yeah, pretty interesting Greek myth. Alright, simple shape for some curly hair. I think this will work. And some glasses. I need to make those a different color. Rory Ocelot's here. Hello. Megan, I hope I get the chance. I think I should think about taking some animation lessons. Oh yeah, go for it. Learn art, animation, and you'll be able to do some fun stuff. Great progress on your concept from Wacky Races. Thank you, Rory. Almost have everyone. After today, it's just Dick Dastardly, Muttley, Rick Crashman, and IQ Ickley. So another 2 sessions, and I should have the main cast done. And then after that, I am also working on a promo for the Reanimation project. I already have voices recorded for it, and a little script. So for my checklist before I get the project rolling, it's going to be the concept art, which is pretty close to finished. The promotional animation, which will take a little bit more time. And once I have that stuff ready, once I have the Discord server ready for this reanimation, then I'll do the 12-hour challenge. I'll try to animate a scene. I'll do a poll to see which scene I should do, and I'll try to finish it in 12 hours. 12 hours or less. Cushion Chef Monkey Show. How funny, I was just drawing fan art and then a stream happened. Ooh, fan art. That's always fun. And it's always fun to get some fun fan art. The neck on this is kind of thick. Reanimation project. Yes, Lewis. There's an animatic for an episode of Wacky Races that was never produced. Let me see if I could find it for you. It wasn't produced, and I want to do a reanimation project. See if I can get lots of different animators to take scenes from the animatic and animate it in their own style. Here's the animatic if anyone hasn't seen it yet. And yeah, like I said, this animatic was never produced. But I don't know, it's pretty funny. I enjoy it. I think for our channel it would be a pretty decent thing to attempt for a reanimation project. I already divided up the scenes. I have them set in a Discord server. So it'll be easy to sort of organize, see who's working on what. And again, this Discord server is literally only going to be for the reanimation project. So I know people have been asking about a Discord server for the channel, but we're not planning on doing one. It's just gonna be for business. Megan, I got a Discord. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of Patty and Violet from Charlie Brown, cosplaying as Jackie and Macy. Patty and Violet. Peppermint Patty. I don't remember which one Violet is from Peanuts. Let me look it up. Violet. Peanuts. Oh, Violet. So I'm assuming that's like a Halloween thing. That's fun. Vincent says goodbye. Later, Vincent. Art Bros is here. Hello. I'm just looking to see if I missed any comments. Crazed Core, yeah, the extras are pretty simple. They've appeared a lot on the series. Wacky Races was something I remember as a kid. Of course, the Mean Machine duo. I remember the tricks backfire. Yeah, they get a little bit more meta in the reboot series. Dastardly is always realizing like he's in first place. He's like way ahead of everyone else. But like that for him is the appropriate point where he should get out of his car and set up a trick or a trap. And yeah, it backfires. It's funny because a lot of the episodes didn't have a lot of racing in them. It was usually just like little gags and stuff. Like for the Attack of the 50-Foot Pandora, they only race in the beginning, and since it's the 50s, it's a drag race. But that's only for like less than a minute of the episode. It quickly, turns into an Attack of the 50-Foot Woman parody with some social commentary. Which is maybe why they didn't produce the episode. Let me check my library here. I want to use this color for the sweater. I just found this in an archive. I think this was one of Buddy Holly's actual sweaters. Though I feel like if I left Bella in an orange sweater, maybe people would think it was like Velma. But we're going for more of a Buddy Holly look, as I mentioned. Ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly. Ooh. All right. Dave, I know Hetty from Jollibees. Hetty? Jollibees? I've seen Jollibee's restaurant. It has a bee for the mascot. Is that who Hetty is? Hetty Jollibees. Oh my gosh. She looks scary. Like the first images that I looked up, it looks like it's from one of those horror movies. Firewolf the Wolfkin. Muttley! Stop daydreaming and get back to work! Classic. Classic Dick Dastardly. Can't do the voice, though. I know this is a pretty simple design. I'll try to move along. Might play around with the colors. I should probably leave it closer to the colors he normally wears. Would make sense, I imagine. Let me see. Yeah, that might work. Alright, let me try just one more detail, and then I'll move on to Tiny. Alright, that's looking good. Bella looks like Velma. Yeah, I changed the sweater color a little bit. Oh, Superior Cyber Godzilla's here. Hi. I didn't miss anyone. Raven the Ninja Word Girl fan is here. Hello. And Ethan Shaw. Let's see here. Blake X. Where's the completed video? It's somewhere in the future. Because it hasn't been completed yet. Because these things do take time. Unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking for... Here we go. Was looking for some references I got for Tiny's cowboy design. I looked up a bunch of like cartoons of kids dressed as cowboys from like the 1950s. Back when playing cowboy was, I guess, the thing people were doing. There's actually two Patties in Charlie Brown. There's Peppermint Patty, and then there's the original Patty. Oh, there's an original Patty? Let me look that up. Peanuts. Original Patty. Oh, that Patty. And she's in a red dress. I know Charlie Brown sometimes mentions a girl in a red dress, I think. Was that her? Oh yeah. Pretty big Pandora. Just have her here so people don't complain that, you know, This is a giant woman live stream, but no giant woman. What can I start with? I'll start with a little hat for Tiny. A comically tiny hat. I need to use a smaller thickness for the lines. Oops. Alright, let's try 4. There we go. Heidi ho. Hey, MC Cubed. How's it going? Muttley, you'll lose your medal for that. I'm going to assume that's from their spin-off series. And they were trying to get the pigeon. Every time I work on one of these, I feel like watching the Wacky Races parody from South Park. That one was just brilliant. It was so much fun. I'll give Tiny a little bit of a smile. Why not? Let's see. One of the references, the art references that I got for Tiny's design, is actually Mike TV from the Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka cartoon. And it did make me think of a suggestion from a friend of doing a Willy Wonka parody sometime. I just need to sort of figure out like what cast of characters would be best for that kind of scenario. Oh, I'm doing fine, Cube. Hope you're doing fine too. Firewolf, that line makes me think of that that Mimsy line. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if I ever did Willy Wonka parody, I'd have to choose between a few different casts of characters. Probably put it up to a vote or a poll. I'll check it out when I can, Ethan. Rory Oslot, are you talking about my Willy Wonka parody? Oh, I wasn't talking about your parody, but it's interesting that you're making one too. I'm sure yours will be better than Tom and Jerry Meet Willy Wonka. That was worse than Tom and Jerry Meet the Wizard of Oz. Um, I don't know. I'm okay with those Tom and Jerry movies. I was just surprised in that scary tunnel scene from Willy Wonka that they did the whole speech. It was interesting to watch. I remember the first time that I watched Willy Wonka. It was on TV actually, and I saw it right at the part where they were going through the tunnel, and you see all those like really weird, scary clips. Like I think at one point a chicken gets its head cut off. I felt like I was watching a horror movie. And then right away it's like, oh no, this is a lighthearted fun movie. They're in a chocolate factory. The elongated man is here. Is there a certain way characters turn giant, like a ray, energy beam, crystal, or is it random? Um, well, for this one, Pandora turns giant because she drinks some contaminated milk. It's like radioactive or atomic. Um, for the Gloria thing, I have on the bottom left of the screen. That's actually from an idea I had. called Bigger City Greens. Something involving either like a super grow fertilizer that makes people grow instead, or some technology from what's that lab called? Big Tech? Science Tech? But yeah, usually when I do stuff for the channel, I prefer for it not to be like totally random. So there's usually some gizmo or doohickey or magic or superpower that allows for some kind of height altering. By the way, the Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy in 400.5 billion years will collide, but we will be long gone by that time. All right. I hope we're gone because we went to find other galaxies and do Star Wars stuff there. Not because we extincted ourselves. That would be sad. Alright. Not looking too shabby. We just need a few more details. Gonna give him a dapper little vest. Shooting the breeze with the breezies. Yeah, that was one of those projects. It was something being commissioned on through our Patreon, but the patron, I forget if it was a financial thing or they just lost interest in it. But yeah, that's why nowadays we try to limit scripts that are that'll end where it opens up a to be continued. So yeah, there's a few projects that ended like that. And I don't like it when it happens, but it happens. Yeah, cliffhangers can be nice, but they can be bad too, especially if a series ends on a cliffhanger, and that could upset some fans. Oh, like with Clone High, we're not getting that third season, so it's just gonna be in cliffhanger limbo for maybe another 20 years. Which isn't great, but it is what it is. I wonder if I should make this a skull. A little skull bola. Bolo? Bolo tie. Ixalad's here. Hello. Alonzo Pizarro is here. Margezilla versus Queen Kara. Hadn't considered something like that. I usually try to avoid crossovers. Unless if it's a crossover that maybe makes some sense. Like if I did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory kind of a thing. I can imagine doing some crossovers, like the ticket winners could be like Dexter from Dexter's Lab, Mac from Foster's, different characters from Cartoon Network. But I have to think of some characters that kind of match with the characters from the books and the other media. So like a kid that's really into TV and video games, spoiled kid, etc. All right. Just a little bit more detail. Bigger characters that have big solid color like this need some extra detail here and there. Are you making She-Hulk? I do get requests for her on our Patreon. But no plans to do anything with She-Hulk at the moment. Though she is a pretty interesting character. She's got Hulk powers, she's a lawyer. And someone recently mentioned to me that apparently she can do the Deadpool breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff. Which sounds weird, but it's like, okay. I think there should really be maybe only one character in any given universe that should have that kind of ability. I don't know what I would do with She-Hulk. Maybe like giant lawyer versus lawyer battle. One thing I am thinking about doing for the Attack of the 50-Foot Vegetarian game, I kind of wanted to do uh, it's like in the original seasons of The Simpsons, you got to see bits and pieces of like a full McBain movie. Like you'd see one scene in one episode, another scene in another episode. And I kind of wanted to do something like that with a movie that's briefly mentioned on The Simpsons called The Incredible Shrinking McBain. So that's something I might do for the game. Just need to think of what that kind of movie would entail. I feel like I could add one more thing. Maybe some boots instead of these Frankenstein boots. She-Hulk versus Athena Sykes. Athena Sykes. Ah, from Ace Attorney. Oh, she makes me think of April O'Neil for some reason. If I did Giant Lawyer versus Giant Lawyer, it would probably be just them saying a bunch of legal jargon followed by like an attack or something. I object. And she tosses like an oil freighter. I need to talk with someone that knows a lot about legal jargon to write a good script. Mr. Joseph Films is here. Hello. Rouge from X-Men is another good character. Oh yeah, she has the ability to steal powers, doesn't she? I think I've seen some artwork of her like draining people and like taking their muscle power, their size. But yeah, not something I normally do, but if someone on our Patreon on the $20 tier or higher uh, decided to make a request, It's definitely something we can do. There's our Patreon if anyone's interested. Mr. Joker, you could add a really obscure character to the incredible shrinking McBain. Hey McBain, I'm a big fan, but your last movie really sucked. Maria, my mighty heart is breaking. Maria Quimby. That's a possibility. I was also considering his daughter Gretchen. She's also in that episode where they mention the incredible shrinking McBain. And she's made some infrequent like cameos on the show in like Simpsons comics. I think Maria Quimby was also in the paparazzi episode where Homer interrupted his wedding. So yeah, they're pretty good with continuity on The Simpsons from time to time. Yeah, making this heel too big. You guys watch Super Y? Doesn't ring a bell. Super Y. Super Y. Yep, definitely haven't seen that. Well, Danganronpa? Who's Danganronpa? Yeah. Oh. Anime. No, my anime skills are weak. So weak. If I did anything with anime characters, it would be something I'm very familiar with. And something I'm very interested in. And it would probably also be pretty limited. Alright, I think that'll about do it for Tiny. Oh, I forgot to add his broomstick horsey. Maybe I could work on that really quick. Even though kind of getting close to time. Yeah, look great. Thank you, Crazecore. And my animations are weak. I just need practice, Rory. Did you see my comment? Vampire bats became extinct in North America 12,000 years ago? Aw, I guess they just couldn't find enough blood to suck. Oh, that reminds me. There's that new Batman series that I want to watch. I forget what it's called. Uh, but it has elements that have a similar feel design to the original Batman the Animated Series. Batman the Kit Crusader. Yeah, that sounds right. Sorry for the late response. Was just really focusing on finishing these hands. These big, strong hands. Never cared for Batman at all, says Trey. Very much, especially the animated series. Just never really my thing. Oh, that's fine. To each their own. But Batman is basically my favorite superhero. Hee hee. Rory Oslet. I made my animations on freehand. Oh, that's pretty cool. What about Catella? I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Catella. Speaking of Rouge or Rogue, have you seen some of the fan art where she absorbs the blob's weight? Can't say I have, not really something I look for. But yeah, I can imagine that being something with a comedic element. Like literally just takes his weight and is just sort of left like that, and the blob walks away with like a skinny frame. Maybe has to consider changing his name. Definitely something I can do on our Patreon. Or if I need some superhero ideas. I'm gonna keep the design for the little broomstick horsey kind of simple. Mostly just here for color palette reasons. So I've had many favorite Disney movies over the years, but currently my favorite is Mulan because it's more serious, plus Mushu is in it. And Mulan was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. But I think nowadays when people think of Mulan, they think of that Szechuan sauce that Rick talks about in Rick and Morty. Alright, and I think that's gonna do it. Gonna wrap up pretty soon. So I'll take a one last look at comments in case I missed any one or anything important. Oh, Mercedes, what's that Big City Greens animation on the side? I believe that was something from Patreon. People request stuff, and people in our higher tiers, $20 tier and higher. So yeah, that's a little animation I made for Patreon patrons, and maybe sometime I'll flush it out into a larger animation. Bigger City Greens. Obvious name, I know, but it could be fun. Lots of possibilities. The one I've been thinking of is just Gloria eating some food that was some plants from the garden that was grown with like some experimental fertilizer from that big tech corporation that sometimes gets involved in the Big City Greens plots. All right, very good. Let me just add these two to the cast. So, got the group 50s group. Mina Skule. Oh, Mina Skule from Antics. Oh, I actually looked into it. I think her name's Sunny. Probably because she has like a little like a little Sunny logo like on her overalls, I think. But yeah, that's a concept I do like. You know, little ants and the big world that they inhabit. Lots of possibilities for sizey stuff. But haven't really considered doing anything with Antics. They do some pretty good stuff already on that show, so hard to compete. I think one of the scenes that I really thought was pretty cool was when they're in the ramen cup, the two ants, and it's like filling up with hot water. All right, the gang's shaping up pretty nicely. Just need Dick, Dastardly, Muttley, Brick Crashman, and IQ Ickley. We'll have the main group. So next time I think I'll do Brick and IQ Ickley. We gotta save the best for last, of course. Alrighty, thanks everyone for being here. Oh my goodness, we went a little very much longer than I had anticipated. I got so distracted, sorry. Are you going to start animating it? No, still have a lot of concept art to do. It's gonna take a long time. Lots of stuff to do before I even get started on looking for people to volunteer for the Reanimation collaboration. So this is gonna take time. Like maybe you won't even see the finished thing for years. But it's being worked on. The gears are in motion. Firewolf. Let's see. Reminds me of Cousin Skeeter episode. Oh, I remember Cousin Skeeter. Also, Penelope looks cute. She always looks cute. She's Penelope. I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Rory. I already said which concept art I'm doing next is probably Brick Crashman and IQ Ickley. You know Kai Lan. Afraid not. Muttley, do something! Alright, I think I'll end on my terrible Dick Dastardly. Thanks again, everyone. Talk to y'all later. See you tomorrow. Not sure what I'll do quite yet. And also I have a short that's gonna upload tomorrow. It's 8/8, and I think it's going to upload at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard. So check that out. Talk to y'all later. Peace.